Let's get right into it. Number 10. Sudden exploding head. Picture this. You're lying in bed, it's quiet, you're drifting into that sweet unconscious void of sleep, then boom. Your brain decides to throw in some surround sound special effects, like someone slammed a cymbal right inside your skull. This charming little nightmare is called exploding head syndrome. And no, your head does not literally explode, which is disappointing for anyone hoping for a messy action movie scene. Instead, it's your brain's auditory system basically misfiring as you fall asleep. Instead of shutting down like a normal, respectable nervous system, it slams the panic button and delivers an imaginary loud noise, gunshot, explosion, thunderclap, take your pick, right between your ears. It's like your brain has a Spotify playlist titled Jump Scares Only and hits play at the worst possible time. Scientists think it happens when the brainstem, which is supposed to be slowly powering everything down, suddenly releases a burst of activity. It's like the janitor forgot to turn off the lights and instead flicked the fire alarm. The result? You shoot awake, heart pounding, convinced your house just blew up. The kicker? Exploding head syndrome is harmless. Zero actual damage. Your brain is just trolling you for fun. Basically, your nervous system is the friend who throws a fake spider at you just to watch you scream. Number 9. Phantom phone buzzes. You know you're too deep into modern life when your thigh becomes a liar. You're walking around, minding your own business, and suddenly, you feel that little buzz in your pocket. You reach for your phone. Surprise! Nothing's there. Welcome to phantom vibration syndrome. Your nervous system has apparently decided to cosplay as a notification system. This is your sensory nerves overinterpreting random muscle twitches, fabric pressure, or even your own heartbeat and deciding, yep, definitely a text from your boss. Your brain is so terrified of missing out on digital drama that it invents its own. And if you think this is rare, you're adorable. Studies say about 90% of people with smartphones have experienced this nonsense. 90%. That means your body has literally evolved into a needy little inbox, just waiting to be checked. Even monks with iPhones probably feel ghost buzzes under their robes. Psychologists believe it's a kind of Pavlovian conditioning. Your brain associates any tiny sensation near your hip with the delicious dopamine of a notification. So now, when your jeans crease slightly, your brain's like, OMG, Karen texted you, and you check only to find lint. Basically, your body has turned into that one clingy friend who calls you 5 times in a row, even though the first 4 were accidents. Number 8. Goosebumps of Doom. You're cold. You're scared. You just watched a horror movie where a clown crawled out of the sewer and winked directly at you. Boom, your skin suddenly looks like a chicken who's reconsidering its life choices. Goosebumps. On paper, this is a survival trick from your cave person ancestors. When they got scared or cold, their body hair would puff up, trapping warmth or making them look bigger to predators. Great if you're a woolly mammoth snack trying to intimidate a saber-toothed cat. Not so great if you're in line at Starbucks and your only predator is social anxiety. The problem? Humans lost most of the body hair that made goosebumps useful. So now we're stuck with this leftover feature that just makes us look like a plucked turkey every time we hear an emotional song or remember an embarrassing middle school moment at 2 a.m. Your sympathetic nervous system is the culprit here. It's the same part of you that decides fight or flight mode is appropriate when you get an email that starts with, "Per my last message." Goosebumps are basically the useless, vestigial appendix of the skin world. Like, thanks body, but the lion isn't scared of my 3 chest hairs. Number 7. Random eye twitching. There you are, trying to look normal in a meeting, but your eyelid suddenly decides it wants a career in interpretive dance. It starts spasming like it's auditioning for a TikTok trend you didn't approve. Welcome to eyelid myokymia, a fancy term for your eye throwing a tantrum. This weird little twitch is caused by misfiring nerve fibers around the eye. Stress, caffeine, lack of sleep, basically everything in your lifestyle, can trigger it. And the worst part? No one else notices it as much as you do. You're sitting there thinking everyone is staring at your haunted eye, but to them, you look completely fine. Your twitch is your private, personal demon. Scientists say the twitch is harmless, but harmless doesn't mean not infuriating. Imagine your brain being like, hey, let's make your eyelid pulse like a broken neon sign every 20 seconds. Thanks, nervous system, really helping me nail this job interview. And of course, everyone's got the folk remedies. Eat more bananas, it's potassium. Or, you're cursed. Neither of which are true, but honestly, being hexed sounds more fun than explaining, no, Karen, it's just stress. Basically, eye twitching is your body's way of waving a tiny, annoying flag that says, congratulations, you're exhausted. Number 6. The brain freeze attack. Nothing makes you question your life choices faster than shoving ice cream into your face too quickly. 1 second, you're blissfully eating a cone. The next second, your skull is being stabbed by the ghost of winter itself. Brain freeze. Technically called sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia. Yeah, good luck pronouncing that. This lovely torture happens when something cold touches the roof of your mouth. Blood vessels rapidly constrict, then dilate, sending a burst of pain signals to your brain. And because your brain is terrible at geography, it doesn't say, ow, palate. Instead, it screams, ow, entire head. You're dying. It's basically your brain's version of Google Maps getting confused. Destination, mouth. Calculating route, wrong turn, congratulations, you're now in migraine city. The irony is that brain freeze evolved as a protective reflex. Your body is trying to warm the brain back up fast, which is nice in theory, but in practice it just feels like Zeus threw a lightning bolt at your face. The best part? It's over in about 30 seconds, but during those 30 seconds, you genuinely regret being born. So yeah, your brain literally punishes you for enjoying ice cream too enthusiastically. That's like giving someone coal for Christmas because they smiled too much while opening the box. Number 5. Pins and needles nightmare. You sit on your leg too long, stand up, and suddenly it feels like your entire limb has been hijacked by a colony of microscopic porcupines. Welcome to the dreaded pins and needles. What's happening is simple and stupid. You cut off circulation or compressed nerves, and when the blood flow and signals come rushing back, your nerves start firing wildly. Basically, your leg went offline, and when it reboots, it throws every possible error message at once. The feeling is so specific, half pain, half tickle, 100% awful. It's like your body can't decide whether it wants to torture you or prank you. And of course, it always happens at the worst times, standing up in public and wobbling like a baby giraffe, or right when you're trying to look cool. In evolutionary terms, this reaction doesn't serve much purpose. It's just the price of having a nervous system that's squishy and easily annoyed. The nerves are basically toddlers. You stop paying attention for 2 seconds, and they start screaming. The best part? Everyone always says, just shake it off. Oh, thank you, doctor. Why didn't I think of flailing my dead leg around like a lunatic in the middle of Target? Truly life-saving advice. Number 4. Sleep paralysis horror show. Imagine waking up in your bed, eyes wide open, and realizing you can't move. Not even a twitch. Oh, and your brain thinks it's a great time to spawn shadow people in the corner of the room. That's sleep paralysis, the body's cruel way of saying, welcome back to consciousness, enjoy your living nightmare. Here's what's actually going on. During REM sleep, your brain shuts down muscle movements so you don't act out your dreams. It's a handy safety feature. Otherwise, people would be karate kicking their way through the night. The problem happens when your brain wakes up before your body does. You're conscious, but still locked in dream paralysis mode. Cue panic. And because your brain is still half dreaming, it fills the room with terrifying hallucinations. Shadowy figures, demons sitting on your chest, whispers in the dark. It's basically a free horror movie, starring you. Cultures all over the world have their own folklore about it. The old hag, sitting on your chest, sleep demons, witches. Turns out it's all just your body glitching like Windows 95. The good news? Sleep paralysis won't kill you. The bad news? You're still paralyzed in bed, trying to scream while your body is like, nah, let's keep it spooky. Basically, it's your brain running a haunted house attraction inside your own bedroom. Number 3. The Hiccup Betrayal. Nothing makes you feel less like a dignified human being than hiccups. You're in the middle of a sentence, trying to sound intelligent, when your diaphragm interrupts with a weird little hic noise that makes you sound like a malfunctioning cartoon character. Hiccups happen when your diaphragm spasms involuntarily, forcing your vocal cords to snap shut. This creates the iconic, humiliating noise. Nobody really knows why humans hiccup. The best guess? It's a leftover reflex from when we were still fishy little creatures in evolution. Basically, your diaphragm still thinks you might need to gulp water through gills. Evolution is great at upgrades, terrible at deleting old files. And here's the insult. They're almost impossible to stop with dignity. Holding your breath, drinking upside down, eating sugar, scaring yourself, all the so-called cures are just desperation rituals. Most of the time, hiccups stop on their own, but not before you've embarrassed yourself in front of a group of strangers or ruined a romantic moment. The world record for hiccups is 68 years straight. 68 years. Imagine being haunted by your own diaphragm for nearly 7 decades. At that point, you're basically possessed by your respiratory system. So yeah, hiccups aren't cute. They're your body's way of reminding you that you're a sophisticated animal with all the dignity of a squeaky dog toy. Number 2. Cold sweat panic. There's sweating because you're hot, and then there's sweating because your body thinks you're about to die. You're not exercising, you're not overheating, but suddenly your palms are slick, your forehead's dripping, and you look like you just lost a boxing match. Cold sweat. This delightful reaction is part of the fight or flight system. When your brain detects danger, real or imagined, it floods your system with adrenaline. Blood gets redirected to your muscles, your heart races, and your sweat glands freak out. Because your ancestors needed to either sprint away from lions or wrestle them. Sweating made them slippery and harder to grab. Fast forward to today, and what counts as a lion is like a PowerPoint presentation. Your boss asks for an update, and suddenly your biology thinks you're being hunted in the savannah. Instead of looking professional, you're trying to discreetly wipe your hands on your pants. The irony is, cold sweat is supposed to save your life. Instead, it just ruins first dates, job interviews, and any situation where you're desperately trying to look calm. Basically, your body's solution to stress is making you look like you just finished running from the cops. Great work, evolution. Number 1. Blushing betrayal. Yes, the most humiliating glitch of them all. Blushing. Nothing says, I am completely in control of myself, like your face suddenly turning tomato red the second you feel embarrassed. It's not subtle. It's not dignified. It's basically your body screaming, hey everyone, look at this person being awkward. Here's the science. When you feel embarrassed, your sympathetic nervous system kicks in, releasing adrenaline. That adrenaline causes the tiny blood vessels in your face to dilate, flooding your cheeks with more blood. The result? Instant tomato cosplay. And unlike most of your body, your face has tons of visible capillaries, so there's no hiding it. What's even weirder is that humans are the only animals that blush. Dogs don't do it, cats don't do it, even chimps, our closest cousins, skip this humiliation feature. Which means evolution specifically decided, yeah, let's make humans turn bright red whenever they screw up socially. Thanks, Darwin. And blushing doesn't just happen when you're embarrassed. Oh no, your body also likes to fire it up when you're flustered, shy, angry, or even complimented. So even when something nice happens, your cheeks betray you. Imagine someone saying, you look nice today, and your body responds by imitating a stoplight. There's no off switch either. You can't just decide not to blush. In fact, the more you try not to think about it, the redder you get. It's like your body runs on reverse psychology. Don't panic. Don't blush. Oops, full lobster mode activated. Basically, blushing is your body's way of broadcasting your social failures in HD color. A built-in tattletale that never shuts up. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.